pro team at pickleballtournaments.com have unparalleled experience running tournaments, including all professional tours and premier events. We provide professional services to develop, plan, and deliver tournaments that players and fans love. Pickleballtournaments.com, powering pickleball tournaments worldwide.
Welcome back, everyone. We are live here at the APP Masters in Boca Raton, Florida. We have a consolation bracket match here in the Senior Pro Women's Singles Division. We have Eva Welsher in the near court here in the hoodie. Well, they're both wearing hoodies. And Julie Johnson in the far court, mother of JW and Georgia Johnson. Was talking with Julie Johnson earlier today, as there's a lot of pressure on her right now as both of her kids earned the pro singles gold medals. JW Johnson winning the Open Men's Pro Singles Division, and Georgia Johnson winning gold in women's singles. It's now Mom's turn, but she's got a little work to do. She's got to get past Eva Welsher, who we saw earlier today, take down Sue Johnston. On our way to this match, Eva Welsher lost to Natalie Bagby 11-5, 11-2 in the semifinals of the winner's bracket. Julie Johnson has had to come to the back draw a little bit as she just edged out Leslie Bernard. Julie Johnson off to a commanding lead to start. There's quite a bit of wind behind the back of Julie Johnson, and it seemed to favor a lot of the players so far on that side. You'll see Julie Johnson loves that one-handed backhand as she will slap that over the net. Eva Welsher, very agile herself. Big ground strokes. Julie Johnson catches just the inside of the line there and gets another point on a roll here. 6-0 for Julie Johnson. Julie Johnson did a great job there pushing the ball deep into the backcourt. Eva Welsher's backhand. Welsher did a great job getting the ball back in the kitchen, but unfortunately was just too far away from the drop shot of Julie Johnson. Great athleticism from both ladies as Eva Welsher earns a side out. Eva Welsher unable to capitalize on getting the ball back. And she has a lot of wind in her face. One more point here by Julie Johnson and they switch ends. As you can see behind Julie, that barrier is being pushed over. And a very quick start from Julie Johnson. Is now 8-0 as we will send some help out to Julie to help stand that barrier back up. Eva Welsher will now have the wind at her back, which she did very well earlier on against Sue Johnston, who she was able to upset the number 2 seed. Now looking to upset the number 1 seeded Julie Johnson. Give you a picture of the women's pro singles, senior pro women's singles bracket. Natalie Bagby is sitting in the gold medal match, waiting for the back draw to catch up. The winner of this one plays the winner of Charo Chisholm or Sue Johnston. Already you can tell the difference of just how hard the ball came off the paddle of Eva Welsher there with the wind behind her. It is picking up. Julie Johnson with that patented one-handed backhand, finding open space on the court. She's going to have to continue to keep working hard against the wind, as it has not been easy. And even there you could see the wind pushed that ball straight down on Julie's serve, not giving Eva Welsher really a chance.
Please report to championship court.
Well done by Eva Welsher, getting a deep return in, coming forward, and applying pressure to Julie to hit a good shot. Just an update for you folks. Unfortunately, Beth Bellamy in the winners bracket final succumbed to injuries, and there will be no bronze medal match.
Attention players, if you are here for your 3 o'clock
But
start time,
both of these players can still earn their way back to gold.
This is a reminder that you will have a referee for every match. When you receive your text message for court assignments, there is no need to pick up your score sheet. Please report directly to your court to meet your referee.
So the winner of this will have to play one more match in the consolation bracket, and we'll get to skip the bronze medal match and walk right into gold. Well done by Julie Johnson to keep that inside the line. As now, she's up 11-0, commanding lead. Eva Welsher struggling to get up to the kitchen line. Needs to hit deeper returns. Unfortunately, just knocks that one wide.
13-0.
A great pressure by Eva. See, that's what we need to see from her. Deep return, get to the net, and find the feet of Julie Johnson, and that's going to get her success. However, she's got a long way to go, down 0-12.
0-13.
That was all set up from a great serve by Welsher deep into the court. Julie Johnson not able to get a deep return off of it, and Welsher able to step in and find the open court.
1-13. Side out.
Julie Johnson stops that from becoming a run. Gets the ball back here, 13-1.
13-1.
And unfortunately, Welsher missed the return there, and now we have a match point by Julie Johnson, 14-1. Welsher able to hold on for one more as she pins Julie Johnson back in the backcourt and hits a nice drop shot. Julie not quick enough to get up to. We've seen big comebacks happen in pickleball, so it's not too early to say that it's over, and I'm sure Welsher will agree.
2-14.
Unfortunately, that round stroke goes a little wide, and now we have another match point for Julie Johnson.
14-2.
14-2. And Julie Johnson gets it done. On her way, she has one more match to get to the gold. She will play the winner of Charlo Chisholm or Sue Johnston here at the APP Masters. Stay tuned, as we will have more senior men's pro singles and senior women's pro singles here on Championship Court 2. We'll be right back.
you like to dink? Then Pickleball Magazine has what you're looking for. Our bi-monthly print publication will help you become a better player with instructional tips, drills, and articles from the top teaching pros in the sport. And you'll become a healthier, stronger player with psychological, nutritional, and wellness advice from experts in their fields. Finally, if it's product reviews or the latest news, we have that too. To learn more or to subscribe today, go to pickleballmagazine.com.
The HD5 is the green of ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
PPR is proud to be a partner with the APP Tour, which features 18 tournaments and more than $750,000 in prize money. Several PPR members play in APP tournaments throughout the year. Are you at least a 3.5 pickleball player? Then become certified to teach with PPR. Check out our website at www.pprpickleball.org. And as the saying goes, do what you love and you never have to work a day in your life. So give us a call at 843-842-9777. We look forward to hearing from you.
So ready for next gen.
This is Next Gen Pickleball.
I'm so ready for the Next Gen Tour.
Super excited about Next Gen.
I can't wait for the APP Next Gen Tour.
I'm super excited for next gen.
The HD5 is the green of ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
again, until you strike just right, until the ball sings, until the other guy blinks, until the court's clear, and the sun sets, until you see it in your sleep, and wake up swinging. Go again. Till you can't miss, until you can't lose. Go again, and again.
I'm so ready for next gen.
This is Next Gen Pickleball. I'm so ready for the Next Gen Tour.
Super excited about next gen.
I can't wait for the APP Next Gen Tour.
I'm super excited for next gen.
The HD5 is the green of ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
New People Pickleball.
The HD5 is the green of ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
I'm so ready for next gen.
This is Next Gen Pickleball. I'm so ready for the Next Gen Tour.
Super excited about next gen.
I can't wait for the APP Next Gen Tour.
I'm super excited for next gen.
New People Pickleball.
Welcome back, everybody. This is John Davison here with APP Pickleball and USA Pickleball. We're in the Senior Pro Men's Singles Gold Medal match here at the APP Masters in Boca Raton, Florida. We have two very athletic players that have spent a lot of time on Championship Court 2, if you've been watching. Matthias Johansson versus Paul Olin. Paul Olin, coming from the winner's bracket, has already played Matthias Johansson in the winner bracket final, defeating him in 2 games, 11-7 and 11-3. Matthias Johansson had to earn his way back into the gold, playing in the bronze medal match against Scott Fliegelman, which was a marathon of a game, beating him in 3. Matthias Johansson edging out Scott Fliegelman 10-12, 11-7 and 11-7. The real barn burner of a match. And now we'll see if Matthias Johansson can redeem himself over Paul Olin. Matthias Johansson will be here on the close end of the court in the gray shirt with the white capris. On the far side will be your winner's bracket winner, Paul Olin. So if Paul Olin takes this in the best 2 out of 3, he will be your gold medalist. Johansson, if he wants to win the gold, he needs to beat Paul Olin twice, once in the best of 3 to 11, and then one more in a game to 15. And here we are getting started. 0-0, Paul Olin starting us off. Paul Olin off to a good start, moving Johansson around. One thing we'll see from Johansson is he's going to hopefully get a deep return and charge the net and use his length and reach to make a brick wall, making it harder for Paul Olin to pass him. Johansson just settling in here. So he had a little bit of a break after the very long bronze medal match. Johansson gets a hold of that one as he's critiquing his stroke a little bit, trying to find his groove again. Paul and just over swinging that ground stroke a little bit too much. And Johansson gets the ball back. But when you're playing against somebody like Johansson that is big and long, you almost feel like you have to try harder to get the ball around him, which Paul Olin alluded to in the post-match interview, the winner's bracket final, saying you need to stay very disciplined picking the right shots to try to pass Johansson, as Johansson covers a lot of court with even just one step. Two, 2-1 here on Olin's paddle. Johansson gets the return he's looking for, a deep return, and just overswings on the volley as he crashed the net, but look to see Johansson fine-tune that volley going forward. He does not make that mistake a lot. And there's a great passing shot by Johansson, dipping right over top of the net. Olin unable to get a paddle to it, and even if he did, would had to have hit up. And Paul Olin just sends that one long. If you're just joining us, the story of the day on this court has been the wind behind Paul Olin's back on that far side of the court. And that has given every player some troubles throughout these matches on both sides of the court. Big forehand drive by Matthias into the open court. Paul Olin cannot get that volley down, and it just sails long.
Bill Harmuth and Cynthia Gardis, please report immediately to court number 25. Bill Harmuth and Cynthia Gardis, please report immediately to court 25. This is your second and final call. My 3:30 start times. Everyone, we are starting your, getting you guys in the queue, starting your brackets. This is your reminder. It's a
Paul Olin doing a good job moving Johansson around, as now he's 4-3. Johansson with an unforced error on the return, caused by a big serve of Paul Olin. Now we have 5-3 here in game one. That's two service return errors in a row. We'll see if Johansson wants to take a timeout here or not. Yep, and there it is. Paul Olin up 6-3. Taking the edge over Johansson so far. And reminder that Paul Olin got the best of Johansson earlier in the winners bracket final, beating him 11-7, 11-3. Again, we are here at the APP Masters in Boca Raton, Florida, at the Patch Reef Tennis and Pickleball Center. This tournament is a part of the USA Pickleball National Championship Series and is a golden ticket event for the USA Pickleball Nationals at Indian Wells Tennis Garden in California. So not only does a gold medalist here earn a gold medal and a paycheck, but also a golden ticket to the coveted USA Pickleball National Championship. Paul Olin will bring us back in at 6-3. Unfortunately, the volley sailed a little long as Paul Olin was able to dip that right over the net. Johansson headed up on it. But Johansson able to get the ball back. Paul Olin seemed to have overswing a little bit on that one-handed backhand drive. Johansson with a big forehand. Catching Olin in the split step, it seemed. We're going to start to see a lot of that from Olin. Big ground stroke from the back half of the court as he works his way to the front to apply pressure. And now he just got a freebie of his own. And rightfully so, Olin calls a timeout as Johansson makes a little bit of a comeback here, bringing the score to 5-7.
Dana Joseph to tournament operations, please.
There's been a little bit of a back and forth match here, but Olin with a slight advantage over Johansson so far. The wind is definitely playing a factor with large gusts of wind coming from behind Paul Olin on the far court. So Johansson hitting into the wind. So far today, we're seeing oftentimes that the player on the far side of the court where Olin is right now has the edge. And it's continuing to be true so far in this match. But Johansson is a gamer, and he's not going to let the wind stop him. And that's what you'll start to see from Johansson. He didn't convert there. However, he wants to get to that kitchen line and use his wingspan to make Paul Olin hit as good of a shot as he can to get by him. Unfortunately, misses that volley wide. Olin visibly upset with himself as he hit that ball a little nonchalantly. Johansson's doing a great job getting that ball just over the net and dipping in. The wind is helping push that ball down, so as long as he gets it over the net, it is dropping nicely into the kitchen, causing Paul Olin to hit up. And Johansson using that power, hitting into the wind to work his way back into this game. It is now 7-7. Just wide as Johansson looks to go down the line. However, doesn't get enough around the outside of the ball to keep it in. Great job by Paul Olin, really getting Johansson to move around and find the ball at his feet rather than hit these hard ground strokes that are higher, and Johansson can easily volley them down with his height. And that's just too good from Paul Olin with a clean winner down the line. Great job by Paul Olin recognizing that that ball sat in the middle of the court for him. And Johansson calls a timeout, down 7-9. His second timeout so far. Paul Olin has also called one here in game 1 of the Senior Pro Men's Singles Gold Medal match. Don't let Senior fool you, because these are two very mobile, athletic players. And absolutely have been showcasing that all day long. Thank you for joining us here on this APP Masters coverage. Matthias taking every bit of time in this timeout. Well done by Paul Olin. And Paul Olin with around the post. The fans on the sideline over here are going crazy. An impressive get from the baseline. Able to, here we see it, get himself back to the kitchen. Now we have 10-7. Game point. And Paul Olin secures game 1 so far of this gold medal match over Johansson with a missed return. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere, because we're coming right back with game 2 of this gold medal match here at APP.
PPR is proud to be a partner with the APP Tour, which features 18 tournaments and more than $750,000 in prize money. Several PPR members play in APP tournaments throughout the year. Are you at least a 3.5 pickleball player? Then become certified to teach with PPR. Check out our website at www.pprpickleball.org. And as the saying goes, do what you love and you never have to work a day in your life. So give us a call at 843-842-9777. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back, everyone, to game 2 of the Senior Pro Men's Singles Gold Medal match. Paul Olin, who came from the winner's bracket, took game 1, 11-7. Johansson now trying to respond. Was not able to convert on his first serve, though. Johansson with a missed return is not going to help him win this game. And just a reminder, Paul Olin, coming from the winner's bracket, can win this gold medal in the best of 3 series, but if Johansson wins the best 2 out of 3, they will play again in a game to 15 tiebreak. Johansson finds that ball just inside the line. Paul Olin frozen in his tracks. Yep, just out from Paul Olin's return. Johansson flinging that serve off of his fingers, creating some spin, making it a little difficult for Paul Olin. That was a great two-handed backhand drive by Johansson. Cross court, Olin just was not able to get around the ball on the volley. And this is what we'll see right here from Johansson. This is what Johansson wants. He wants a big serve, big returns, able to get up to that kitchen line, make it impossible for Olin to get the ball around him, and hit those sharp angles where Olin is not. Paul Olin telling me earlier how difficult it is to get the ball around Johansson. He really has to focus in hitting the right shots. Trying not to go for too much, like what we just saw right there. But Johansson does a good job making that target as small as possible for Olin, making him hit too good of a shot. And unfortunately, Olin misses the return, and this is the tail of the tape here with the wind. The side that Johansson is on has been much easier to play on. As you see here, now we have 6-1. Paul Olin likely to take a timeout here, as he sure does. Johansson up 6-1 in game 2 here at the APP Masters. He needs to win this game and then win the next one in order to push a game to 15. This is John Davison here with APP and USA Pickleball. This tournament is part of the USA Pickleball National Championship Series. But hosted by the APP. We are happy to bring you coverage of these very intense senior singles matches, both men's and women's side. Johansson needing to keep stretching this lead and not allowing Olin to creep back in after this timeout. Paul Olin, great job reaching in, pushing that ball with his backhand deep into the court. Johansson obviously very athletic and long, able to get to it and throw it up as a prayer. But Olin just able to hit an easy winner into the open court. Good timeout for Olin as he got the side out that he wanted, and now we'll see if he can bring the points closer together. It seems to be working so far. Johansson critiquing himself there, telling himself he should have gone down the line. That was a great return deep into the court by Johansson, and Paul Olin just barely unable to get that ball over the net as it trickles over the net and out of bounds. Paul Olin giving him the clap as Johansson hit a very nice ball down the line. It's now 7-2. Well done by Johansson. Big third shot drive to Olin's backhand. He's finding success there. And then able to come in off of Olin's volley and put it away. Olin almost able to get it back. They're going to wait here while this announcement is going on.
Please report immediately to court number 9. This is your second and final call.
Our USA Pickleball certified referee, Larry Scott, letting that take place so the players remain undistracted. Impressive defense by Paul Olin. Unfortunately, one got away from him a little bit, and Johansson was able to have an easy overhead. And Paul Olin takes his second timeout of the game so far. Johansson up 9-2 in game 2 of this gold medal match. Thank you all for joining us. We have this match and the Senior Pro Women's Singles Gold following it. If you are looking for the Open Pro divisions, the gold medal matches, that is being streamed on ESPN+. But if you want to watch some amazing singles here from these athletes in the senior division, stay right here. Well done. Paul Olin definitely recognizing that Johansson is attacking down the line. And Olin starting to crowd that line. And Olin left that one a little bit too high. Johansson rushing forward off the return and hitting an easy winner cross court. Big forehand, as we just mentioned, Johansson was finding success going at Paul Olin's backhand, and now mixes it up and goes cross court with it. Now he's a game point of game 2. And Johansson secures the game 2 win here, pushing it to game 3. Stay with us here at the APP Masters. We'll be right back with game 3 of this gold medal match.
You ready, La?
I'm ready, Ben.
Let's do this. Come on, La. What's going on, Lala?
I don't know what's happening today, Ben.
What is this?
It's my paddle.
This paddle is the answer.
A Ben Johns custom paddle by Franklin? For me?
Yeah, let's crush it.
Good game.
Good game.
Thank you, Ben Johns.
Way to go, Lala.
Welcome back, everybody, to the APP Masters here on Championship Court 2. Right now, we're entering game 3 of the Senior Pro Men's Singles Gold Medal match between Paul Olin and Matthias Johansson. Matthias Johansson coming back and answering in game 2 and having a very dominant win. Johansson would need to win game 3 and a game to 15 after in order to get the gold. Paul Olin coming from the winner's bracket just needs to win game 3.
Zero.
Johansson with a nice off-pace drive, just barely dropping in. A little too low for Paul Olin to do anything with it. That ball toss getting away from Johansson, but still able to connect. And Johansson able to get up to that kitchen line.
2-0.
You can see the wind off of the shirts and probably on the court mic. Well done by Paul Olin, keeping Johansson back, which is what he needs to do so we can have more court to work with.
0-2.
Johansson does not need that, especially on this side over here. Paul Olin a little frustrated with himself, reminding himself just to get it over. Easier said than done.
2-1.
Now we have 2-1 on Johansson's paddle.
Side out.
The ball just landed in a little low for Johansson. Johansson's a pretty tall player, so being able to pick up that ball from his ankles is very difficult.
1-2.
Johansson calling that ball just out, an inch or two. From my angle, it did look just out.
2-1.
Well done by Paul Olin. Able to get up to the net after the ball trickled over. Johansson showing Paul Olin the line as you just saw in the replay, and Paul Olin snuck it through. That's just too good by Paul Olin, doing a great job keeping those drives nice and low so Johansson can't hit down on the ball, and able to sneak one through. That's what Olin needs to do. in order to get the win here, as he's already done so far today. And a free point for Olin. And a couple points in a row. So Johansson calls the timeout. Down 3-2 as he had a 2-0 lead. Two of those points have been return errors from Johansson. As Paul Olin was definitely frustrated in game 2. It just was not coming together for him. Thank you for joining us here at the APP Masters. Here in Boca Raton, Florida at the Patch Reef Tennis and Pickleball Center. Paul Olin serves, getting a lot of juice with the wind behind him, likely causing Johansson to miss a couple of these returns. That ball just landing in for Johansson, deep to Olin's backhand. As Olin pushes that barrier behind him a little back, as the wind has been pushing it closer and closer to this court.
All right, we have another medal presentation for mixed doubles.
Too good for Paul Olin.
Please congratulate Debbie Dorn and Norm Dickman for the bronze medal, Liz and Carrie McNamara for the silver medal, and Wendy Docho and Mark Huggins for the gold medal and the gold ticket to the 2022 USA Pickleball National Championships. Please grab your paddles and head to the Franklin Medal Stand.
Here we go. Johansson taking a little bit of his time. All right. Great passing shot by Paul Olin. Johansson obviously, or arguably on the more difficult side to play on for a lot of these senior pro players. And as you see there, the wind pushing the ball down. Paul Olin asking Johansson to check the ball.
I think it's the court, but it just didn't bounce. I think it was a wind too, actually. All right, I just want to make sure the ball's okay. Yeah, I don't. No, I mean, it's fine. If there's no cracks, I'm good with it. I'm okay with that. No, it's probably the court and the wind. I just want to make sure it wasn't a crack.
Olin checking to see if that ball was cracked. I believe the wind really pushed the ball down on him. Did not allow that ball to bounce. Huge forehand from Johansson, and Paul Olin with a very solid volley into the open court. That ball was very low over the net, so job well done by Olin holding that one off. Essentially the same point, but for opposite players. After speaking with both of them today, they have the utmost respect for each other on and off the court. Both admitting how difficult it is to play each other.
2-4.
Johansson with a nice ball as he hits that inside out forehand. Past Paul Olin's back, and it looks like Paul Olin did get a piece of it, but not enough.
3-4. Side out.
Johansson looking for the same shot. Unfortunately, pushing it wide.
4, 3. Side up.
Tight match here so far in Game 3 of this Senior Pro Men's Singles Gold match, the APP Boca Raton Masters. Job well done by Paul Olin, moving laterally very quickly. Able to hit down and away from Johansson is what he needs to do. A great volley there by Paul Olin, pushing Johansson off the line and able to capitalize on it. And now Paul Olin gets a lead here, just needs one more point before they change ends. Paul Olin quick enough to get to the first one, but unfortunately it's a little high. Johansson able to safely just place it on the other side of the court as he gets a chance here to get to 6 first. A little off camera, Johansson showing some soccer skills.
3, 5.
And that was all set up by nice low drives, just dipping over the net by Johansson. All Paul Olin could do is hit up on the ball and gave Johansson a sitter. Now he gets this game within 1. Paul Olin doing as good as he can at the kitchen line. Hitting down on the ball very well, but Johansson sneaks one through. That one just rolls over the net as Paul Olin apologizes to Johansson for that, and it tied 5-5. Yep, that serve was just long. Olin tries to get a reassurance from the referee, Larry Scott. I could tell from my angle as well that that ball was indeed out. And Johansson gets to 6 first for the end change. If the story stays true, that'll be huge for Johansson, as the player on the far end of the court has been winning most of the games today. So being able to finish on that end seems to be in Johansson's favor. Olin's going to have to work hard here with the wind against him. Olin obviously needs to remain composed and focused here to close out game 3 if he wants to secure the bag. Johansson obviously has something else in mind, wants to push this to a tiebreak game to 15. Johansson will bring us back into it at 6-5 here in game 3. And Paul Olin with a timeout here at 7-5. I think we could have seen that one coming, as Olin likely wanted to be up at the switch. Was not able to get it done, and now loses another point here on this near side. Both players showcasing amazing athletic ability. Especially after a very long day with a deep men's singles bracket. With the likes of Mirsha Murariu, Scott Moore, Rick Witskin, and others. It's a pretty deep field of talent that these two have had to work through. Olin correcting the referee, Larry Scott, that Johansson only has one timeout remaining and not two.
Attention players and spectators, we have another medal award to announce. Mixed skill-age doubles 4-5-50.
The cream is definitely rising to the top, as both the 1 and 2 seed of this tournament have landed themselves in the gold medal match. And both made it to the winner's bracket final. These players, with the help of the referee, are going to wait until these court announcements are over. Paul Olin needs to get off 5 here. Johansson with a big forehand down the line. Just out of the reach of Olin. Olin now back on defense. These next couple points are very crucial, as the score is very tight. It's 7-5. Olin with a nice strong volley down, hard and low to Johansson's backhand. Unable to pick that ball up. Just out from Olin. From Johansson. Huge point for Olin, is now he's within 1. Six, 7 here in game 3. That is just too good by Paul Olin as he pumps himself up here in the backcourt. A nice rolling drop shot just out of the reach of Johansson cross court, and has tied the game up 7-7. Rightfully so. Johansson calls a timeout. Johansson has used 2 timeouts so far in this game. Olin has 1 remaining. If Olin here closes game 3 out, he will earn the gold medal. If Johansson can edge ahead, he will have to play Olin again in a game to 15. It's been a great day of pickleball so far. We've escaped any bad weather. It's just been cool and windy here in Boca Raton, Florida. And we're back here. Paul Olin will take us off, 7-7. Well done by Johansson. He set that up with a very hard deep return, deep into the backhand corner of Olin. Olin had to fight for his life in the backcourt as Johansson making himself big at the kitchen line. Olin chooses to take his second timeout right now as Johansson regains the lead 8-7. Here in the gold medal match, this has been a back and forth game. We've had some pretty great games of senior singles here today. Definitely taking the senior out of senior pro. They've showcased a lot of athleticism, quickness, and power. Paul Olin here just trying to regroup. He was able to take the win over Matthias Johansson earlier today, so he needs to go back to what he was doing before. There's only one problem. He's playing against the wind right now with a big, strong Matthias Johansson, who has a little bit of momentum here at 8-7. That was just too good by Paul Olin. Great court coverage. Johansson acknowledging how good of a shot that was to Paul Olin. Very complimentary. As Olin knifes the ball back cross court and earned this ball back. Big serve for Olin here. Unfortunate missed return for Johansson, but we have a tie ball game here, 8-8. Here in game 3. The ball stays in.
Nope, just back. Just back.
Just long. Paul Olin calls it. We'll get to see on the replay. That ball somehow hit the tape and stayed in. Johansson saying that it hit the cable on the side of the net. We'll take a closer look here. And it sure does. It appears on video that Johansson's claim is correct. Did a great job replaying the point. Unfortunately, there's no video review call. Paul Olin willing to give the ball back to Johansson if that was indeed the case. It's a great show of sportsmanship by Olin, willing to give the ball back to Johansson. We'll listen in. Yeah. So Paul Olin tried to give the ball back to Johansson, but Johansson did not want to earn the point that way. And Paul Olin goes for the serve. Big heavy on the serve. Not sure if that was intentional. But just great display of sportsmanship from both of these guys. Johansson saying that it hit the post. And it should have been a replay. Or a lost point from Olin. But he didn't want to take that point away. So now we have 8-9 here. And Olin with a very big volley. Knifing that one cross court. And now Olin with a chance to get a couple more and close this close game 3 out. Olin just hitting that one a little wide, but doing a great job pinning Johansson back. That's what he needs to do if he wants to secure this win. As once Johansson gets up to that kitchen line, he makes it very hard to find a target. What a passing shot by Johansson with the two-handed backhand down the line on Olin. Tying this game up 9-9. And if anybody was wondering what's happening on Championship Court 1, Simone Jarjim and Andrea Koop beats the Kawamotos, Jade and Jackie, in the third game of the gold medal match over on ESPN+. Now we have 9-9, tight match here. Johansson gets a hold of that one, sails it long. This next point is obviously crucial. Paul Olin takes a deep breath before he lines up for his serve. Just wide of Olin's backhand. And here we go. Back to Johansson over at 9-9. It cannot get any closer than this.
Come on, right now.
Olin pumping himself up as he hits a clean volley winner. Both players very focused. Olin with a sick down the line winner, setting himself up for match point here in the gold medal match. It has been a thriller so far. We'll see if Johansson can stop. This is championship point. Well done by Johansson, holding on. Olin almost able to get that one to drop into the kitchen, but just impressive enough to get to it from the other side of the court. Now Olin will have to defend Johansson from getting it to 10-10. Olin calling that drive just wide. Olin has another shot here, his second chance at championship point here at the APP Boca Raton Masters, Senior Pro Men's Singles Gold. Olin takes a deep breath. And a great return deep into the backhand of Paul Olin. Olin obviously frustrated, but there was a great return by Johansson. It's very tense here. Olin unable to keep that volley in from Johansson's pressure down the line. Johansson ties this up 10-10. This game is a win by 2 game, so we are coming down to the wire here.
Greg Woodson, please return.
It cannot get any closer than this.
Greg Woodson, thank you.
Here in this gold medal match at the APP Boca Raton Masters. 2 exceptional athletes here on full display. And Johansson finds the open court with that inside-out forehand. Not much Paul Olin could do, as it was really just a great shot. But as Johansson is trying to make sure he gets as much real estate behind the court as possible, with the wind pushing that barrier into him. It's now 11-10. Match point. And what an ending. Unfortunately, Paul Olin called on a foot fault on the volley here. We'll see. Yep, and he drags the toe. So we will actually go to a game to 15 as Johansson holds on 2 championship points, winning game 3, 12-10. Do not go anywhere, folks, because we have a game to 15 to decide the gold medal winner here. Stay tuned. This is John Davidson with the APP and USAPA Pickleball. We'll be right back.
So ready for next gen.
This is Next Gen Pickleball. I'm so ready for the Next Gen Tour.
Super excited about next gen.
I can't wait for the APP Next Gen Tour.
I'm super excited for next gen.
The HD5 is the green of ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
You ready, La?
I'm ready, Ben.
Let's do this.
Sorry, Ben.
Come on, La. What's going on, Lala?
I don't know what's happening today, Ben.
What is this?
It's my paddle.
This paddle is the answer.
A Ben Johns custom paddle by Franklin? For me?
Yeah, let's crush it.
Good game.
Good game.
Thank you, Ben Johns.
Way to go, Lala.
Go again, until you strike just right, until the ball sings, until the other guy blinks, until the court's clear, and the sun sets, until you see it in your sleep, and wake up swinging. Go again. Till you can't miss, until you can't lose. Go again, and again.
I'm so ready for next gen.
This is Next Gen Pickleball. I'm so ready for the Next Gen Tour.
Super excited about next gen.
I can't wait for the APP Next Gen Tour.
I'm super excited for next gen.
The HD5 is the green of Ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
New People Pickleball.
The HD5 is the green of ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here at the APP Boca Raton Masters, a USA Pickleball Championship Series event. And we're going into the game to 15 here in the senior men's pro singles. Johansson was able to fend off 2 match points from Paul Olin in the third game and end up winning 12-10. Might have a couple minutes of these players just getting warm. Have a little bit of a rest. This is John Davison with APP and USA Pickleball. We hope you're enjoying the coverage so far. We have this match to 15, and then that will be followed up by the women's senior pro singles final. So don't go anywhere because we have more action to come. If you are looking for the Open Pro matches, that is being streamed on ESPN Plus on Championship Court 1. Both of these guys just showcasing very good athletic ability, as they've had quite a long day here in a very stacked senior pro men's singles bracket with the likes of Rick Witskin, Mirsha Marariu, Scott Moore, and others. Scott Fliegelman being one of them, finished very respectable 4th place, losing to Matthias Johansson. Oh, apologize. Scott Fliegelman got bronze after dropping to Matthias Johansson in 3. Mirsha Marariu finishing in 4th place. We're almost getting ready to go here in the gold medal match as these players are getting warmed back up after taking a little bit of a break. It is getting chilly here We have just dropped into the 50s, which for Florida is pretty cold, especially with the wind. Almost ready to go here, it seems. We have Larry Scott as our USA Pickleball certified ref. Both players have shown great sportsmanship. If there have been a foot fault, a ball has hit the post. They've both been very amicable to each other. I've talked to both of these players before this match, and they had the utmost respect for each other, talking about just how difficult it is to play one another over the past year. And the 1 and 2 seed have found their way to the top of this tournament as well. And here we are. Paul Olin will get us started. Johansson won the draw and picked the side first here for our game to 15. Impressive try there from Paul Olin. Johansson able to push that ball deep into the court and just slightly off of it. Paul Olin unable to get around the ball and in. It was a unfortunate ending in game 3 as Paul Olin had 2 match points. Paul Olin had 2 match points, lost the lead, and ended up losing game 3 on a foot fault, where his foot dragged across the line, giving Johansson the win at 12-10. Now we have 0-1 from Paul Olin. And a big winner from Paul Olin on the opposite side of the court. Again, if you're just joining us, there's the side that Paul Olin is on right now on the far side has a little bit of wind behind him, and it's been very beneficial for any player that's been on that side today. Johansson getting a hold of that one. Unfortunately, just falling an inch or so short. What great court coverage by Matthias Johansson. And this is what you see from Johansson. He wants to get up to that kitchen line, use it as athletic ability and strength to really see. Oh, it looks like
Awesome shot, dude.
Johansson is possibly favoring his right leg a little bit. But it doesn't seem to be slowing him down in the match play. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Impressive get, stays in. And Olin pushes it wide. Very impressive on the stretch from Johansson. We'll see here. Gets the ball from behind him and flicks it up into the back corner of the court. Able to win that point. Is now 2-2. And a big winner down the line. We saw that a lot earlier. Johansson was attacking Paul and down the line, running around that backhand. Olin catches the neck cord on the volley. Obviously very frustrated as he had a slight lead. It's now down 2-4. A big forehand by Johansson, just landing inside the line. I was unsure if that was in from where I'm sitting, but Olin agrees that was in. Now we have 5-2. And 6-2. We'll see if Olin's going to take a timeout here, as Johansson is on arguably the tougher side, but is finding success. That is not what Olin would have wanted to start this match. And Johansson choosing the side actually on the coin toss.
6-2.
That is just too good by Matthias Johansson to get to that ball, as Paul Olin throws the paddle into the barrier behind him. Very frustrated. Now down 7-2. We'll see if we get something from Larry Scott, our USA Pickleball Certified Referee, giving Paul Olin a warning for the paddle throw into the barrier. And Johansson able to hit another winner down the line. Very quick start here. Now up 8-2. Olin visibly frustrated. Needs to take this time in the timeout here to regroup and refocus, as this game to 15 has not gone his way so far. And now is hitting upwind, which has been very tough for these senior pros so far today. Johansson is just not missing right now. I'm surprised we haven't seen a timeout from Paul Olin, but it looks like he's using this side change as a free one. Johansson taking his time as well, toweling off and hydrating. As now we go into the second half of this game to 15 to determine the gold medalist at the APP Boca Raton Masters. And Johansson with a little bit of wind behind him now. With a big heavy serve, sails that one long. Let's see if Paul Olin has regrouped here and is able to make a comeback. Well done by Olin. Going right back behind Johansson, but first able to get the ball into the kitchen good enough to where he can follow that ball in and apply pressure to Johansson. Amazing stuff from Olin. Now we're 3-8. A big serve from Olin. Johansson looking up into the sky. Maybe the wind affected his ability to get that return back. But now Olin has got two in a row here. And a timeout from Olin as he, oh, no timeout. Typically, someone drops the paddle, it usually means timeout, but Olin wants to keep on going. Big hold there for Olin already with a warning for throwing the paddle. Nothing wrong with dropping it on the ground, but we'll need to be careful for the rest of the match. But big serve for Olin, getting him a couple free points so far in this run as he inches closer. Olin with a great drop into the kitchen. But Johansson an even better job at playing a ball that was difficult for Olin to capitalize. Olin with a big stretch, but Johansson able to get it just over the net and cross court. And now extends his lead to 9-5. Olin obviously frustrated as he had 2 opportunities to close out the match in game 3 and ended up losing it on a foot fault call. Olin, a very competitive and talented player. Seems to not have shaken it off just yet.
No.
Olin with a great volley down at Johansson's feet, not giving him much to work with. As you see, Olin's visibly frustrated. I'm surprised he has not taken a timeout yet, just to take another minute to regroup. As everything seems to be going Johansson's way so far, other than a couple missed returns. And that's another example. This has been a very close match so far up until this point here. Just wide. It'll be crucial for Paulin to get a few points on this possession so he can put a little pressure on Johansson on the scoreboard. And a point for Olin. He's got the monkey off his back. He's off of 5. That's just great playing by Johansson, as he's able to get Paul Olin moving left to right. And with his reach, able to reach in and hit the ball down. 10-6. Johansson just teeing off from the baseline. And Olin calls his first timeout at 11-6 here at the APP Boca Raton Masters. Here at the Patch Reef Tennis and Pickleball Center. It is an overcast day in the the 50s here, as it's significantly cooled down. If you ask me, this tournament or this timeout call came a little later than it should have, but Olin seemed to want to use that frustration to his benefit, but it just has not worked out for him. But don't go anywhere after this match, as we have the women's senior pro singles following with Natalie Bagby and Julie Johnson. So don't go anywhere. We have more to come. Johansson just can't miss right now. And there's not much Olin can do when Johansson is on and painting lines. Was not expecting this lopsided of a match in this game to 15 from what we've seen so far today. Ooh. Very big forehand, but catching the tape, just what Paul Olin needed. Paul, you can see, walking around the edge of the court, taking his time, taking as much time as he can between points. Try to regroup, take a deep breath, focus. Unable to capitalize on his possession. Now we have 12-6, just 3 points away. That's just too good by Paul Olin. We've seen that a few times now. He's able to get around that ball very nice and knife it back cross court to where Johansson just can't get to it in time. Olin needing that forehand down the line. Getting up to 7. We'll see if he can get a few more. That is what he needs, as that was quite a gift. Olin walking to the edges of the court, just gaining some time before picking the ball up. That's just too good by Matthias. Johansson really likes attacking down the line, and it's working out for him. Olin able to get a couple points, but it's still 12-8. Crucial miss serve. A few feet behind the baseline by Johansson. Olin obviously very frustrated with that, as he had the point won at that point, but unfortunately clips the tape and it rolls back on his side. He's unable to see if that ball was in. Would like to see that again. But he gives the ball back to Johansson as it was close, but unable to call out. Just wide. Olin still hanging on. Olin is quite the competitor. He's not going anywhere. Johansson able to get the ball he wanted by a deep penetrating return into this corner of Olin's backhand. Now we have 13-8. Johansson unable to convert that time. Again, that's a couple side outs now where he hasn't extended the lead from 13, giving Olin some more chances. And it's really coming to Johansson's return. Close to that back corner. Oh, it stays in. Olin tracks it down. And unfortunately unable to keep it in. And now it looks like we have championship point. Johansson battling back through the bronze medal. Up 14-8, we'll see if he can win it. And he does, off the tape. Mattias Johansson coming through the bronze medal match with a great performance here over Paul Olin. Congrats to Paul Olin for the silver medal. Don't go anywhere. We'll have an interview on court with Mattias Johansson here soon. We'll be right back.
So ready for next gen.
This is Next Gen Pickleball. I'm so ready for the Next Gen Tour.
Super excited about next gen.
I can't wait for the APP Next Gen Tour.
I'm super excited for next gen.
New People Pickleball.
And we're back here live on Championship Court 2. We have our gold medal winner here on the men's senior pro singles division here at the APP Boca Raton Masters. Mattias Johansson overcoming Paul Olin after losing to him earlier in the day and squeaking through, getting that game to 15 win. Can you describe just that emotional toll that match took as you defended 2 match points and able to overcome and then able to continue that momentum into the game to 15?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a small margins, right? So when you are down a few match points, the only thing I'm telling myself is just get the return in. At least at that time, you have a chance. The worst thing would be, you blow something straight in the net or out. So that was the goal, and it worked out in my favor this time.
Yeah, and it was quite obvious that Olin likely didn't mentally recover from the way that the match ended in the best of 3. You playing him as your opponent, are you just playing into that, or is it something that's you're just blocking that out of your mind and just focusing on yourself?
You gotta have to focus on yourself, because pickleball is a game of runs, right? So I got up to a hot start, but for a while there it looks like he was making a little comeback here in the game to 15, and you need to just stay focused and mentally strong yourself and not worry about what he's doing and if he feels mentally down or whatever, because it can change within 2 minutes. All of a sudden the score is tied up.
Right. Well, congratulations on getting the gold medal. You were the champion here in men's senior pro singles. Is there anything you'd like to say to your fans worldwide?
Thanks everybody for watching, and we love APP, and yeah, keep watching.
All right, John Davison here with APP and USA Pickleball. Don't go anywhere because we have the women's senior pro singles gold medal match coming up next.
You ready, La?
I'm ready, Ben.
Let's do this. Come on, La. What's going on, Lala?
I don't know what's happening today, Ben.
What is this?
It's my paddle.
This paddle is the answer.
A Ben Johns custom paddle by Franklin? For me?
Yeah, let's crush it.
Good game.
Good game.
Thank you, Ben Johns.
Way to go, Lala.
Why I play with this paddle? Because I win. You know why I like this paddle? Because I win with it.
If you like to dink, then Pickleball Magazine has what you're looking for. Our bi-monthly print publication will help you become a better player with instructional tips, drills, and articles from the top teaching pros in the sport. And you'll become a healthier, stronger player with psychological, nutritional, and wellness advice from experts in their fields. Finally, if it's product reviews or the latest news, we have that too. To learn more or to subscribe today, go to pickleballmagazine.com.
The HD5 is the green of ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
ready for next gen.
This is Next Gen Pickleball. I'm so ready for the Next Gen Tour.
Super excited about next gen.
I can't wait for the APP Next Gen Tour.
I'm super excited for next gen.
The HD5 is the green of ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
PPR is proud to be a partner with the APP Tour, which features 18 tournaments and more than $750,000 in prize money. Several PPR members play in APP tournaments throughout the year. Are you at least a 3.5 pickleball player? Then become certified to teach with PPR. Check out our website at www.pprpickleball.org. And as the saying goes, do what you love and you never have to work a day in your life. So give us a call at 843-842-9777. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back, everybody, to the APP Boca Raton Masters here at the Patch Reef Tennis and Pickleball Center. We still have another match for you here. The Women's Senior Pro Singles Gold Medal match. We have Natalie Bagby coming from the winner's bracket, facing off against Julie Johnson, that has had to make her way from the consolation bracket. They have not played each other yet today. Julie Johnson, mother of J.W. Johnson and Georgia Johnson, both of her kids playing in this tournament this weekend. Both earned gold medals today in the pro singles draw. So there's quite a bit of pressure on Julie Johnson to get this Johnson triple crown. But Natalie Bagby has a response of her own right there, and she's going to do all she can to beat the #1 seeded Julie Johnson. Natalie Bagby, a crafty lefty with a lot of power, former high-level tennis player. on the WTA Tour. Julie Johnson with her signature one-handed backhand. And here we are, 2-2 in the Senior Pro Women's Singles Gold Match. I'm John Davison here with the APP and USA Pickleball. We're happy to have you here for the last match that's being streamed on Championship Court 2. Bagby is on the far side of the court, the lefty. Julie Johnson here with the ball on the near side. Julie Johnson will have to defeat Bagby twice if she wants to earn the gold medal. Julie Johnson now up 3-1. And that return just sails long by Bagby as, again, the side is a little bit of a wind behind her. But makes up for it and hits a very good return down the line, just out of the reach of Julie Johnson. Great return with a good angle by Johnson. And a winner for Johnson, inside out forehand, cross court to Bagby's backhand. Julie now the commanding lead to start 5-1. Great shot down the line by Bagby. Julie Johnson, I believe, thought that was going to be wide, but it just caught inside the line. And Johnson with the missed return. Both players starting to try to settle in here. Johnson up 5-3 early in game one. Big swing by Julie, but does not get that ball over the net. Great angle. Set up from a deep penetrating ball down to Julie Johnson's backhand. Julie Johnson also a lefty, forgot to mention. So we got two lefties here in the gold medal match. Bagby doing a good job bringing that score a little tighter, because now it's only 5-4. Johnson with a couple big serves here. Getting some free points as Bagby has missed 2 returns in a row. We'll see if Bagby wants to take a timeout here soon and regroup. Johnson capitalizing on a short return. Stepping into the court and hitting a winner. And Bagby takes a timeout as Johnson extends her lead to 8-4 here at the Senior Pro Women's Singles Gold match, game number 1. Just a couple of errors from Bagby on the return has helped Johnson along her way to gain a comfortable lead. But Bagby being a competitor she is, Johnson cannot get comfortable because Bagby will find her way back into this game. And a good leave by Julie Johnson. Bagby was doing a good job moving Johnson from side to side, but just got a little too much on that one, and Johnson with a heads-up play to let that one go, and it landed a couple inches out. Bagby might have saved Johnson there, but had an open court, so figured she'd play it anyways and get the ball back here at 4-9. Great angle by Bagby, pinning Julie Johnson into the back of the court. Johnson threw it up, but landed wide of the kitchen. Bagby on a little run of her own after she called a timeout. And now at 6-9. Oh, lost her footing and balance a little on that and almost sat back into the barrier behind her, but kept her balance. Johnson likely got away with that one as it sat nice and high for Bagby's forehand, and Bagby finds the ball into the net. Johnson calls that ball out and actually takes game 1, 11-6, and is well on her way to try to get this match to go to the game to 15. Stay with us, folks, here at the APP Boca Raton Masters as we take a quick commercial break. We will be back for game 2. Don't go anywhere.
So ready for next gen.
This is Next Gen Pickleball. I'm so ready for the Next Gen Tour.
Super excited about next gen.
I can't wait for the APP Next Gen Tour.
I'm super excited for next gen.
People Pickleball.
Welcome back, everybody. This is John Davison with APP and USA Pickleball. We're in the middle of this Senior Pro Women's Singles Gold match between Natalie Bagby and Julie Johnson, as Bagby dropped the first game and unfortunately missed the first serve of game 2. Johnson has been off to a hot start. Bagby has been sitting for a while as Beth Bellamy withdrew from the winner's bracket final due to injury. So Beth Bellamy will take the bronze in women's senior pro singles. And Bagby, coming through the winner's bracket, can win the next 2 games and secure the gold. But if not, we'll have another chance to defend the title here with a game to 15. Julie Johnson has other plans. Johnson, well done, pulling Bagby all the way over the right side of the court and then finding the lane in front of her down the line. Julie Johnson just missing down the line, but has had a good start as she's kept the momentum going from game 1. Great defense from Bagby, but the overheads were just too much from Julie Johnson as she finds some space on the court where Bagby could not return it, but Bagby doing an amazing job in the baseline, getting several overheads back. Bagby set that up with a nice return down the line, following her ball in and cleaning it up into the open court. Bagby would like to get off 0 here. Unfortunately, that's the second missed serve of this game so far. Bagby reminding herself to get focused. Johnson doing a really good job of, again, pulling Bagby to the corner of the court and angling the ball to the other side of the court. It's a pretty consistent pattern we're seeing right now from Julie Johnson. Unfortunately, Bagby, who came through the winner's bracket, has had a slower start than she would have liked this match. But the temps are dropping. And she has sat for a while, so hopefully she can get warmed up here. Unfortunately, that's 3 missed serves for Bagby, and that is hurting her chances to win this game too. Johnson up 5-0 after taking game 1 pretty convincingly. Throws up a third shot lob. Just misses a little wide. And Bagby gets another chance here to bridge the gap. Throws a conservative serve. And gets the friendly roll from the net. Definitely not what Julie Johnson would have wanted, but might help Bagby's momentum. Amazing gets from Bagby. Tries to throw it right down the middle at Julie. However, just collects the neck cord and bounces back onto her side. But amazing defense to get back to that aggressive position she was in. Another point here for Johnson as Bagby, rightfully so, takes a timeout here at 6-1 on Johnson's paddle. Here in game 2. Thanks everybody for tuning in to Championship Court 2. This is the last match we'll be streaming on this court for the day. We just had an impressive gold medal match in the senior men's pro division where Matthias Johansson bested Paul Olin in the game to 15. We'll see if Julie Johnson can do the same or if Bagby can regain some momentum here and in it in the best of 3. Amazing lob by Bagby as she gets to a pretty deep ball in the backcourt, throws up the lob, lands just inside and right over the top of Julie. Getting the ball back here at 1-6. Well done by Bagby. Finding the backhand of Julie, getting Julie to pop one up and cleaning up with her forehand. Bagby definitely finding her stride right now as she's took a good time out and has been inching the score closer. She was down 1-6, now it's 3-6. Halfway there. Big overhead from Julie Johnson, and that all started from a deep return to Bagby's backhand. Bagby had no other option but to throw it up. But Julie was there to clean it. Great volley by Bagby. It bounced twice before Julie Johnson got to it. Bagby's doing a really good job now of getting to the kitchen line after hitting deep returns and deep thirds and putting some pressure on Johnson. Bagby moves laterally very well. So she needs to keep hitting deep serves and returns in order to position herself further up the court, because that's where she's finding her success. Julie Johnson answers with a big serve. Julie Johnson sailing that one a little wide. Bagby actually called it in. A great show of sportsmanship from Natalie Bagby as she overturns the referee who called it out. Bagby does not want to take a point that she doesn't earn, and we commend her for that. But karma has paid off, and she gets the ball back here at 3-8, hoping to make a little bit of a run. And that's what Julie Johnson is doing very well. That's why Bagby is not scoring as many points on her possessions, because Julie Johnson's hitting a very deep return into the corners of the court. And Johnson up 9-3 here in game 2. Right there, that's what we just talked about a moment ago. If Bagby can get to that kitchen line, she controls the point very well, moves Johnson around, and finds a winner. Just wide, but Julie Johnson with a great effort. Bagby again moving the ball around very well once she gets up into an offensive position on the court. And now has the ball at 4-9. But again, as we see, Julie Johnson just doing a great job getting those returns deep, which in singles is vitally important. Yep, that's the ball that Natalie wanted. Too much tennis, she tells herself. There's no strings on that paddle. And now we have point game match. Julie Johnson pushes this game to 15 and has a chance at coming back through and taking the gold away from Bagby. Stay tuned. We will be right back here at the APP Masters at Boca Raton. Don't go anywhere.
You ready, La?
I'm ready, Ben.
Let's do this.
Sorry, Ben.
Come on, La. What's going on, Lala?
I don't know what's happening today, Ben.
What is this?
It's my paddle.
This paddle is the answer.
A Ben Johns custom paddle by Franklin? For me?
Yeah, let's crush it.
Good game.
Good game.
Thank you, Ben Johns.
Way to go, Lala.
Because I win with If you like to dink, then Pickleball Magazine has what you're looking for. Our bi-monthly print publication will help you become a better player with instructional tips, drills, and articles from the top teaching pros in the sport. And you'll become a healthier, stronger player with psychological, nutritional, and wellness advice from experts in their fields. Finally, if it's product reviews or the latest news, we have that too. To learn more or to subscribe today, go to pickleballmagazine.com.
The HD5 is the green of ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
So ready for next gen.
This is Next Gen Pickleball. I'm so ready for the Next Gen Tour.
Super excited about next gen.
I can't wait for the APP Next Gen Tour.
I'm super excited for next gen.
The HD5 is the green of ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
PPR is proud to be a partner with the APP Tour, which features 18 tournaments and more than $750,000 in prize money. Several PPR members play in APP tournaments throughout the year. Are you at least a 3.5 pickleball player? Then become certified to teach with PPR. Check out our website at www.pprpickleball.org. And as the saying goes, do what you love and you never have to work a day in your life. So give us a call at 843-842-9777. We look forward to hearing from you.
We are back live here in the game to 15 in the Women's Senior Pro singles draw. Julie Johnson was able to edge out Natalie Bagby in the best 2 out of 3. So now Julie has to beat Bagby again in the game to 15 in order to capture the gold medal.
I'll get it, Natalie. Zero.
Big return from Bagby. Keeps Julie Johnson back deep in the court and unable to convert on her possession there. That's what Bagby's going to need to do in order for herself to get up to the kitchen line and start controlling the points. It's actually what she did well right there, but Julie Johnson just had a better shot of her own with her pretty signature one-handed backhand pass cross court. Johnson misjudged that, whether she wanted to catch it off the bounce or off the volley. And unfortunately, did not take a good swing at that ball. Still 0-0 here in the game to 15. Julie Johnson wants that one back. She had quite the opportunity to get a point. Still 0-0 here, the APP Boca Raton Masters gold medal match. Amazing drop shot by Julie Johnson, and even better get by Bagby. Able to pick that up from low, just to pull it over the court, or over the net. Julie again with a great return. Right into the corner of the court. Pulling Bagby very wide. Giving Julie a lot of real estate to work with.
0-1.
Johnson with a friendly roll over the net. And apology to her opponent, Bagby.
1-1.
Impressive first ball by Julie. Just to get it over the net, and good pressure from Bagby, keeping her back there. Bagby seems to be having a much better start to this game to 15 as she has in the first 2 games of this match. The wind is picking up quite a bit behind Bagby, as you can see the barriers behind her have taken a toll from the wind here in Boca. Amazing play by Bagby, staying in that point, firing it right back at Julie Johnson, and hitting a winner of her own. The wind is sure picking up as the temperatures are dropping. The score is still 1-1, Bagby serve, as we have a ball come on the neighboring court. Well done by Julie Johnson. Bagby just in disbelief, drops the paddle. Not much she could have done there. Johnson seemed to be in some disbelief herself. What a passing shot by Bagby. Telling herself to settle in. She's definitely had a better start in this game to 15 than the 2 out of 3. But unable to convert when she has the possession. However, she's doing a better job on the defensive end of the ball. And this is what we see seems to be working for Bagby. If she can hit those penetrating returns deep into the court, allow herself to charge to the net. But this is also the story so far where Bagby is just having a hard time converting. Johnson gets the friendly roll off the net, but Bagby there to put the ball just out of reach as the ball sits up for her. Giving her a little more time to get her feet set and finds the open court. As you can see there, Johnson just a couple inches away from making contact. Bagby able to get off of the 1 and take the lead for the first time this match. but Julie answers quickly. Again with a deep return. Johnson trying to string together some points here. And gets one. Bagby, a little bit of a tumble. Seems to be okay. Two. Big serve by Julie, and Bagby unfortunately puts that one in the net. Now it's 3-2. Johnson resumes the lead. And just out. That's one of Johnson's favorite shots, and unfortunately just carries a little wide. Just wide. Johnson showing her wheels. Running from one side of the court to the other. Gets there, but doesn't get enough paddle around the ball to curl it in. And now we have 3-3. Bagby takes the lead back. She's really found her groove here. Much tighter game in this game to 15. Bagby stepping up after dropping 2 games in a row. And a good put away from Julie. Both ladies finding success with the deep returns and being able to charge up to that kitchen line. That's just too good by Julie. Just dips in right over the net, down the line. Bagby didn't appear to get a good split step in just in time. Well done by Bagby. Getting to that kitchen line, moving Julie from right to left, getting her stretch. She's getting some success when she stretches Julie to her forehand side. So we'll see if she recognizes that and continues to do it. That ball was close, but it did appear to be a little long from my vantage point. And we have a tie game here, 4-4 on Johnson's paddle. We've had a couple missed returns so far in this game from Bagby. And that's just too good again from Julie. Textbook Julie Johnson pass there with the one-handed backhand. And a timeout is called by Natalie Bagby here in the game to 15 in the Senior Pro Women's Singles Gold match here at the APP Boca Raton Masters. Again, this is a USA Pickleball National Championship Series event.
Jill Gould and Tim Grant.
The winner of this not only gets the prize money and the gold medal, but they also get a golden ticket to the USA Pickleball National Championship event in Indian Wells, California at the end of the year. We're here in Boca Raton, Florida. Not your typical Florida weather. And another miss return. That's 3 missed returns so far by Bagby in this game. As Johnson's just 1 point away from the side change. And there it is. In this game to 15, we switch sides at 8, give both players a chance to get both variables. Johnson's now going to have the wind at her back. Bagby will now have the wind in front of her. But Bagby has been off to a much better start in this game to 15.
Court number 16, Alex Herrera and Andrea Sufra. Please report to court number 16. This is your second and final
But Julie Johnson refining her groove here as she extends her lead to 8-4 as they were once tied 4-4.
Ladies, ready to resume?
Julie Johnson bringing us back in here at 8-4. Insane get by Bagby there on the backhand. That return, the third shot from Julie was right on the line. She was able to pick it up and put a nice drop shot into the kitchen. And Johnson's ball just carries a little wide, and Bagby gets off 4. So now it is 5-8. Julie Johnson tried to throw up a lob over the right shoulder of Natalie Bagby and was unsuccessful as it landed wide. Bagby with a couple points of her own. It's now 6-8. Johnson now losing 3 points in a row to Bagby. Bagby is 1 point away from tying this back up. And that's where we've seen the success from both players. It's getting that return in deep and finding the open court. It's a pattern we're seeing time and time again in this match. Who can execute the most? Johnson might need to bring her margins in a little bit as she's missed a several wide on both sides. But Bagby's also doing a good job getting Julie Johnson on the run. Oh. And Julie gets a little bit of a net cord love again. And as it falls just in the kitchen, Bagby had no time to react to it, and now it's 9-7. Yeah, that ball was just long as Bagby calls it out. Bagby doing a great job getting nice and low on those ground strokes, helping her get back up to that kitchen line.
We have another medal presentation.
And a great point by Bagby.
Join me in congratulating Cindy Marr and Matthew Indero for the bronze medal.
As now she gets 8-9. 1 point away from tying it up.
Yes, the golden ticket to the 2022 USA Pickleball National Championships. Amy Yarborough and John Warren. Congratulations, players. Please meet Ms. Dana Joseph.
Now we have a tie ball game here, 9-9. Bagby serving to Johnson. textbook stuff there from Bagby. And a good timeout here by Johnson as her 8-4 lead has gone away, and Bagby takes the lead 10-9 in this game to 15. It is turning into quite the barn burner here. This game has been much more competitive than the start of the match, as Johnson took the first 2 games with relative ease, but it seems the break has helped Bagby refocus, change the game plan, and has now taken the lead here at 10-9 in the Senior Pro Women's Singles Gold Medal match. Johnson did a great job dropping that ball into the kitchen. Bagby sprinted to get there, got there, and then made Julie Johnson pay. So great show of athleticism from Bagby. Now she has a 2-point lead. The biggest lead she's had all match. And now Johnson with a missed return, maybe feeling a little pressure. It's now 12-9 Bagby. What a turn of events we've had here. And another missed return as the wind's picking up behind Johnson. She might need to take her second timeout as it's now 13-9. Natalie Bagby. And now Johnson unfortunately puts that one in the net, which gives us a championship point. It is Natalie Bagby here. Championship point over Julie Johnson. And Natalie Bagby is going to have to do it again. Johnson gets the point she needed, and it's 10-14. And for those of you watching, Eden Lika and Andre Diascu beat Barr and Stone in the game to 15, 15-4. Excuse me, the other way around. Adam Stone and Deco Barr take that win 15-4 over Andre Diascu and Eden Lika. Excuse me. So it's now 11-14. And Bagby takes a timeout to regroup. She had a really good run and came down from 4-9. Able to come back, take the lead 10-9. Has now stretched her lead from a series of great playing by Bagby, but also a couple of missed returns by Johnson. And now we have Bagby with 14 here in the APP Boca Raton Masters Senior Pro Women's Singles Gold match, where Johnson has forced this game to 15, but is very close to letting it slip away. Johnson doing a great job pushing Natalie back. Bagby tried to throw up a lob to keep herself alive in the point, but it sailed just a little wide. It's now 12-14. Johnson unable to get it to 13-14, and Bagby has another championship point here on her paddle. We'll see if she can close it out.
14-12.
A great return by Julie Johnson. And unfortunately, Bagby's ball just carries a little bit wide, giving Johnson another chance. Staying alive here is Johnson. 12-14. Well done by Johnson, as Bagby actually hit a great block back to the back line, but Johnson able to squeak a passing shot through, brings this game within one. It's now 13-14 on the paddle of Johnson. Oh, and Bagby.
You were good. I don't know what happened here. I was watching her serve.
Bagby
so much.
gets the ball in and successfully stays out of the kitchen, and she almost fell in.
14, 13.
Using good strength to stay out. Now has another championship point. Championship point number 3. And unfortunately for her, catches the net cord. So now Johnson staying alive in this very tight match. And Bagby maybe under a little pressure here. Bagby tries to call a timeout, but has used up both of them. So now Johnson ties at 14-14. Win by 2, folks. Johnson with the pressure, and Bagby doing her best, making almost every single ball back. Unfortunately, that last one, Julie finds a lane in front, and now Julie Johnson has her own championship point on her paddle. 15-14. What a barn burner here. And Bagby sails that return long, and Julie Johnson holds on to win 16-14, successfully defending 3 match points. Don't go anywhere, folks. I will be having an interview with Julie Johnson here at the APP Boca Raton Masters. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
If you like to dink, then Pickleball Magazine has what you're looking for. Our bi-monthly print publication will help you become a better player with instructional tips, drills, and articles from the top teaching pros in the sport. And you'll become a healthier, stronger player with psychological, nutritional, and wellness advice from experts in their fields. Finally, if it's product reviews or the latest news, we have that too. To learn more or to subscribe today, go to pickleballmagazine.com.
The HD5 is the green of ivy. It represents hope, tenacity, the spirit of life and growth. It also reminds us of the Ivy League. The HD5 features a good rotation, an excellent sweet spot, thicker core, and super power.
And we are back live here on Championship Court 2. We have our senior women's pro gold medalist, Julie Johnson, defeats Natalie Bagby from the losers bracket, comes back, has a pretty successful first 2 games, taking that with ease. And Natalie Bagme gave you a run for your money and had 3 match points that you successfully defended. How did you, how did you turn that around and really focus in?
Wasn't it 9-14? Was it?
Yes,
yeah.
you're down 9-14.
Okay. I thought it was really bad. Yeah, you know, it's just you play 1 point at a time. You can't control anything more than that. And so I think nothing more than where I need to serve, what I need to do, things like that. And I just try to stay focused. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
And as we all know, you're the 3rd Johnson today to take a pro gold medal in singles. Did that add any bit of pressure to you going into this match?
John, let me tell you, all day long, that's all I've heard. Even one of the refs said to me before the game started, you know, you need to win the gold today. And my kids were like, Mom, come on. And I lost my first match. And I thought, oh my gosh. And so anyway, in the end, I got it done the hard way.
Yeah, well, you know, you persevered through the challenges there in the last game to 15. Job well done in capturing gold. Is there anything you'd like to say before we go to all your fans worldwide?
Well, thank you for cheering for me. Thank you to all these guys who cheered for me all day in the freezing cold. And thank you, APP. And thanks, Olivia, for letting us have John today. And go Lefties.
Well, thank you. We have our gold medalist here, Julie Johnson. This is it for the coverage here on Championship Court 2 here at APP and USA Pickleball. Thanks to Boxcar Productions for putting on this amazing production. This is it, folks. Have a good night.